I've grown accustomed to doing that.
Really?
Yeah, because people complain so much about my laugh.
Well, it's just,
It's terrible.
It's ear piercing.
It's terrible.
All right, here we go.
Not so.
What the fuck is going on here? We got. What is that music coming from?
I can't hear myself. Is that a normal thing?
You can't hear yourself?
No.
Oh, you're not.
Have you tried?
Is that your mic that's not plugged in? Right there?
Oh, wait.
No.
No.
I mean, is your headphones on? I can hear you fine.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
No, I can't. No.
I can't hear Sandra.
Hello.
I can
Oh,
hear
there
him.
you are.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Maybe those headphones are just busted or
No, as long as
unplugged
you-
or something like
I'll
that.
just,
Let me just
wear it for the
find. Sorry, guys. This is. Hi. I know you guys are listening at home already. I'm trying to figure out where this music is coming from. That's not it. That's not it. Oh, Jesus Christ! Autoplay. Stop. Who invented autoplay?
I have a funny story.
That's not
about
funny
that.
at all.
Elon Musk.
Here we go.
Way back, college boy asked to a high school dance. Couldn't wait, but my date was in my friend's pants. Didn't know what to do. And see, feeling blue till my best friend said that the red would get me through. Went to the jewel with my crew. Adults on me box in a secondhand suit, bow tie. I'm a fox in a car on the street. Miles sweet and a cheat at my crib in a one go feet. Rooms have to turn like cheese. My tummy's have to churn like grease. On my knees like a rug burn beast. Like an intern tease with the yeast.
Infection.
Oh, why? I'm a towel. Feel like I got the flu. I think I'm gonna throw. I think this night is through. Ding dong, dates arrived and a dress is ripped. She don't know I'm on a robot test trip. In the back, two girls going stack fat asses. I demand from a date her sunglasses. Do a drop, roll off the car like Axel. I need an angel. I need some fucking anvil. I got a buzz bigger than a beehive. Cough on my cookies, let loose what's on the inside. The toasted. Sound like it was nothing Robocop.
Hey, this is Red Band coming to you live from Deathsquad Studios for a brand new episode of the Deathsquad Chronicles. That's MC Chris the Tussin. If you don't know MC Chris, he's awesome. He's a good friend of mine, and he's on tour right now. And he had a flat tire last night, and you guys should give him some love because he takes going on the road to the next level, like old school style, where he slept in his rental last night with a flat tire in a Walmart parking lot or something. Go follow him on Facebook. He's streaming his he's streaming a lot of his tour. And right now I believe he's in Austin, Texas tonight. So go check him out, MC Chris. Tonight we have a great episode lined up for you guys. We are back. Last episode we had a really shitty turnout. So hopefully we have a better turnout tonight because we have an awesome lineup. Felicia Michaels is here. Welcome, Felicia.
Hello.
It's been a while since I
I know, it's been a while.
How have you been? Everything going good?
Things are going swimmingly, as they say.
Swimmingly. You have a awesome movie that's out right now, and it's going to a film fest, right? Or it was at a film fest?
It won first place for documentary at the La Femme International Film Festival and for a feature length documentary. And now it's going to be at AltFest at the Anthology Film Archive June 6th as part of New York New Filmmakers. So I'm very excited, and you're in it.
That's
you're
right.
awesome in it.
That's
and
right.
Joey Diaz is in it. Felipe Esparza is in it. And then it's going to go directly to Amazon.
Let's take a look at it right now.
Awesome.
Here's Pervs.
Sometimes it just seems weird that I'm here telling you right now and you're wearing fishnets. But
I'll get rid of them, don't worry.
I know, you can keep them on. You don't want.
I'm comedian and sometimes stripper Susanna Lee. I've taken a group of comedians, thrown them in a peep show booth, talked to them about deviance. And got naked for them at the same time.
You got balls of steel.
I'm self-conscious and weirded out.
I love how you interview, by the way. Your technique is phenomenal.
Thank you. I liked when I could see them getting more comfortable.
Make it clap.
If I wanted to get naked,
Is there a sign on the wall that says you can't?
I feel like it's only fair. Hang on. It's so hard to do this with.
More honesty.
The girls I went to high school with would only have anal sex because they wanted to stay a virgin until they got married.
Nice. And then deeper, darker secrets.
I dated mostly only girl porn stars.
As I took my top off, the place went wild.
My father beat me till I wet my pants till I was 12.
This is really kooky.
I'm not gonna put on kid gloves to tell them my fucking story that I have a pussy.
Yeah, the movie's called Pervs, so keep an eye out for it. That looks awesome, Felicia.
Thank you.
I don't remember anything I said, so that'll be interesting for me to watch that one day. I didn't know I could take off my clothes either.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Speaking of pervs, Steve Simone is here. Said
Just
no
watching,
one ever.
Just watching that made me uncomfortable.
Oh my God, why didn't you ask Steve Simone to be in this?
You know what's so funny is when you ask people, hey, you know, this girl's going to talk to you and she's going to give you a strip show, and you would think the people that would be able to talk and look at titties or someone's private area or whatever did not match the people that could do it and couldn't do it. Like Jimmy Schubert was a complete giggling mess.
Really?
Yeah, and Jimmy Schubert hung with Kinnison and did terrible things, right?
Yeah, I mean, I do remember feeling really uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, it's a pretty gross place.
Yeah, one, it's a gross place, and two, it's just like you're in this booth that you know it's just filled with sperm and cum and shit like that.
And it smells, and you walk in there and your shoes like sink into the carpet, but it's sticky at the same time. Yeah, it's not good.
And then you just have a girl taking off her clothes in front of you, which is ridiculous, talking to you. You're not supposed to talk to me. You're supposed to just, look at them and grumble or something. But
you know who was awesome, and it was Felipe Esparza, and also because we did it. I'm sorry if I'm hogging the conversation, but we did it as but I keep going. We did it as a web series. But then Rick Shapiro came in, and his interview totally shifted it to, because it was just going to be like, haha, we're showing titties and jokes. And then when he did his interview, it totally shifted it into a much deeper project. He was incredible in it. Yeah.
I can't wait to watch that. It seems really. How did Joey handle the whole thing? It seemed like Joey would be funny as fuck.
Joey is. Look, I don't mean to talk out of school, but sometimes he's all big talk. You know what I mean?
Right. So then when he
was very like, but he was totally smooth. But some people I couldn't even use because they were just giggling the whole time.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Speaking of giggling all the time, Rye Dunes here.
I'm always giggling.
Giggling. You are giggling a lot. Like I noticed that if you watch a lot of your Instagram stories, there's like maybe 20 of them, of you just talking to your cat like a little baby.
Oh, yeah. I do. Yeah, my cat is beautiful. Her name's Ralph. And I'm kidding about calling her beautiful. Although she is really, she is beautiful. I take it back. I mean it. She's beautiful. And I'll just be like, oh, that's my cat, Ralph. Ralph's on my backpack. Stupid. And I go,
I love doing those voices too, but I never really do them that much in public. And so that's that was really funny.
I'm opening the doors for people like you.
Speaking of opening closet doors, Sandro's here. How you doing, Sandro?
Doing all right, man. Thanks for having me back on the show.
Definitely, as always. It's always good seeing my blue Sandro. Anything going on with you lately?
Not much. I was also just talking to my cats.
Do you talk to your cats?
I do. I talk to one of them. When he meows when I'm done talking, and then he'll meow, and then I'll say something, and then he'll meow. So I will feel like I'm actually having a conversation with him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I see.
But I don't know what he wants, and it frustrates me. I'm just like, what do you want? I'll do it for you. But you have to. It's so bizarre.
I miss having a cat. I can't have one now because my girlfriend's allergic, and I grew up with cats my whole life. So whenever I come over to a friend's house and there's a cat, I overly just play with that cat. Speaking of playing with cats, Esther Ku is here.
Nice.
Esther used to always play with her vagina at the end of all her podcasts, but she no longer does that anymore because she found out that all us comics listen to it. Did you guys ever listen to her do that?
No, I never did. Heard about it though.
It's pretty sweet.
Is this a real thing that you did, Esther? Was that real?
Yeah.
You heard it? You heard her playing with her vagina?
Oh, she masturbated for a good 10, 15 minutes.
People would email me. Can you just tell me if that was real or not? Because I feel stupid because I just jerked off along with you. So if that was fake, I'm going to feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
Wow, we should do a movie together.
Yeah. A fellow perv.
Oh my God, that'd be such a good podcast where you just every week you have a new guest and you just masturbate in the audience. This week we got Felicia Michaels. She's going to be using a Hitachi. And
You should have the masturbate, and then people have to guess what comedian it was.
Yeah.
Oh my God, for the Montreal Comedy Festival,
you
because
go.
that would fly in Montreal faster than it would in the continental United States.
No, it wouldn't. It would fly
People
everywhere.
are so conservative here.
It's true. It's true. Very true.
But Montreal, I've been to like a male sex club over there.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
And all the guys in Montreal, and all the guys.
I know, but where in Montreal?
I forget what it's called, but there's like one male club, and all the rest are female. And all the guys go up there with an occupation. Like one guy's a policeman, one guy's a fireman, because that's what women want, a guy with a job. You know? But they're all gay.
That's a very good point.
So it's like, who cares?
Did you get a lot of like angry people like, since you've taken out the masturbation stuff though? I mean,
not angry, but
Horny.
people people emailing me asking like, hey, where can I get that?
well, you could still get all the old episodes, right? You didn't cut them out or anything, did you?
You should.
No, you can go back and listen.
You should do it on a. You should do it on a Patreon page.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great idea.
I have a Patreon, and I surprise my Patreon listeners with a drop. You know, here's a mini personalized episode.
You should just
Felicia.
masturbate. Dude, your Patreon would be making you so much money if you just had a masturbation episode once a week.
You should.
Okay, I need better soundproofing on my walls before I go do that.
Well, just do them at hotels.
Yeah,
Like this week, I'm on the road in West Virginia. You know.
True. Yeah, screaming loud in a hotel is great.
Or just do it at Brian's place. He clearly wants.
Oh
it.
yeah. You could use this. You could use the studio if you want to. We could have 5 microphones on it.
And cameras.
There's a curtain right there.
Yeah.
I don't know, but Don Barris told me that he overheard Andrew Dice Clay say about Ali Wong, there's that girl who masturbates at the end of her podcast.
Oh, really?
Racist.
That is racist. Now, this is really cool. Esther, you were on a recent episode of Family Guy, and what's awesome is that you can totally tell it's you. You know, like it's when you talk in it. Like, you know,
laughs?
they have a lot of Asian, you know, the Asian reporter and Family Guy and stuff like that. But you can totally tell it's you. Let's take.
Could you tell?
Let's take a quick look at this real quick. Here we go. This is from Family Guy. What episode is this?
This is Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay, here we go. Family Guy.
Woof. WOOF.
Hi, Brian Griffin. I have an appointment to see your CEO about an investment.
Yes, we're waiting for you. Here, breathe deeply into this investor's bag.
All right. Now, I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, but, boo! Cocky.
There you go. And so you said you got paid $100,000 for that. That's pretty awesome.
Wow.
I did 2 other episodes too, so it's
Really?
been pretty nice.
The same voice? Are you doing the same?
No, different voices.
Wait a minute. Wait. That was a joke. Was it?
No, she's done 2 episodes.
Wait, 100,000 episodes?
Of course that was a joke, right?
My mail.
I'm gullible.
I use Brian's address for my mail because I live at the Korean spa.
Yeah, she does.
That's what you announced on the Joe Rogan podcast. Thank you for that. I was like, I'm gonna kill him, and then Joe Rogan was like,
Did I really say that?
"Yeah, you said that. You don't remember anything you say into microphones, but."
It's true. It's true.
But you were like, yeah, she lives in the spa.
Sandra, if you want to start the show, Brody's not here. If you see Brody walk in, then bring him up. If not, you're bringing up Steve.
Yes.
All right. And if you can give that list to the sound guy, that'd be great. Thank you, buddy. What were we just talking about? Sorry. Yeah. Well, you do kind of live in the Korean spa when you're in town. Sometimes you.
No, when I was not living here, I would like stay at the spa.
Right. Which is, if you don't, have you ever been to the spa, Felicia?
Have you been to the spa?
I've been
which
to
one?
The Korean spa.
The one on Olympic?
The 24-hour one.
Oh, there's a 24-hour one?
Oh, Olympic spa is nice too.
Have
but
a
that's
seat.
not 24 hours.
No.
Yeah.
Because it's nice. That's
Yeah.
why.
Where's the 24-hour one?
There's We Spa.
Uh-huh. So what do you
There's a
do
couple
if
of
you're
them.
spending the night there?
You sleep there.
Yeah.
But you like shower, you bathe, and you steam and
Uh-huh.
sauna, and then you sleep there.
Okay, and no one's suspicious. Like, wow, this chick always comes in at.
What's
10:30
also
at
weird
night.
is that most spas that I've been to are just, whorehouses. And so, like, it's especially ones that
I
are
know,
open
that's why
24 hours a
you
day.
guys were so confused. You guys were thinking, like, I'm living in a spa, like, in Breaking Bad. Like, where the lawyer's office is. Like, the confusion on all of your faces, like, Rogan was like, she lives at the spa? Like,
That's how she makes her money at night.
that was so funny.
Okay. Yes, you, Felicia, you've never been to one of the spas where you take off your clothes with your girlfriends and you
Oh
just...
yeah. The Olympic spa, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, that's one of them.
Yeah, it's you know what? It's really cool because you're in there with, and I know you guys are gonna be like, that's such bullshit, but you're in there with women of all ages, and it's really erotic to see naked women of all ages.
It's like
That's such bullshit.
It's like
No.
It's like, there's an old rhinoceros.
It's cool though. I think it's cool because then you're like, wow, old ladies have nice bodies too. You don't think they do, but they do.
They do. Everything. The thing is, when you're wearing a bathing suit, it covers up all the good parts.
Yes.
So those good parts, they don't really age. It's the other stuff that ages.
I don't know about all that.
For real. Like,
or you're just looking at the good parts so you don't give a fuck about the other parts. You know?
It is kind of interesting when you see porn and it's like an older lady and you're like, holy shit, that lady has a great body, but her face looks like a truck hit it, but it's kind of horny. It's kind of hot, like when you see like a 70-year-old woman with nice tits and you're like, what the fuck? Oh, I'm not supposed to say
because
this.
like we don't walk around naked.
Unfortunately, Steve, you're not into porn, are you?
No.
How do you? You don't masturbate, do you?
Not really.
No.
No.
It's like you got a belly full of cum. Do you ever like just wake up and do you have wet dreams then? A lot?
Yeah.
No. Why weren't you ever into the Is it just?
I did.
Yeah.
Like everybody does.
Right.
But then I started to feel bad for people that make porn.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
You know what
You
I mean?
don't masturbate?
Use your imagination.
Why aren't you more famous?
Yeah, just for that alone, right?
No, when you said
I feel bad.
When you say you feel bad for the porn, it made me think about everyone who's not using straws now. Like that was your first line, right, of defense is no more porn because I feel bad for the actors.
What? Yeah, I do feel bad.
Yeah.
Well, some of them like doing that.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot of sadness behind that. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of sadness in comedy.
Yeah.
Like, what do you like? You can't handle sad?
Well, I think. How can I say this?
Like we are like porn stars. I feel like there's a lot of sadness and you.
Well, everybody's sad, but then there's levels to it. Do you know what I mean? And I don't.
We're like we're willing to admit we're sad.
Yeah, but it's like certain people. Like, I don't think if you feel great about yourself, you're going to do that.
I think it's the only thing I'm going to interject is I took a big break from comedy, and when I took that big break, I worked in photography, and I was one of the assistants on a guy shoot named Michael Greco, and he did a book about the convention they have in Vegas for the porn stars, and it was my job as one of the assistants to go pull the porn stars off the convention floor.
Okay.
And I will agree.
Conveyor belt.
I will agree. There are some women when you're pulling them off the floor to come get, their photo taken where they're carrying a red cup and there's just whiskey in the red cup.
Yeah.
But there are some women that this is a job and they just want their payday and they're working hard and they're keeping themselves together because now everything is HD, so they have to, they can't be
no
partying.
ingrown hairs.
Yeah, exactly.
If you ever get a chance to like spend.
Stephen Glickman's here, guys.
Hey,
I wanted to say that.
I'm friends with porn star Joanna Angel. Very nice girl. I met her.
I actually met her, and she was photographed that day.
She's very smart,
sweet
very
lady,
together.
yes.
Very, very sweet. But what she finds to be abnormal or weird or like a strange, like funny story is usually so fucking far out past wherever any of us would be comfortable being. Like it's so unbelievably remotely fucked up and horrifying that I did an interview with her and another porn star, a friend of hers, who was like brand new in the business. And
do you remember her name?
Yeah, something Nikki. Necro Nikki was her name. She's gone. She's not in the business anymore. She quit the business.
Necrophiliacs don't really last long. Right?
They don't. Sadly, they didn't last longer. But the episode ended up being unusable because the network we were on refused to put it out because some of the shit because we were like, tell us a funny story from SAD. And she was like, one time I got anally raped by my ex-boyfriend on set, and then we won an award together for best sex scene.
Wow.
Wow.
And it was like,
sounds like Deathsquad material if you want to send it to Web.
He wasn't supposed to, and then he did anyway.
Oh my God.
Quality.
Yeah.
Quality stuff. And like every single thing that they're really sweet, like wonderful people, but like every single thing that they thought was like kind of like sort of fucked up or like kind of weird was so fucking gnarly that we couldn't even relate. It was Kate Quigley and me, and we were just like mouths on the ground, like we couldn't even have a conversation. It was so crazy. And like other times, like I've hung out with them, and they're a lot of them are super fucking cool. But you know, don't get it twisted. Like comics are, we're fucked up emotionally. We say maybe like horrible, terrible things. Like today after the shooting, the first thing I said to someone was, "How long do we have to wait to post the flyer for the show tonight?" Like I was like,
we were talking about that earlier.
Like, what is it? Is it like
or
2 hours after?
we feel guilty like tweeting a joke, and it's like you have to check what's going on Twitter before you tweet something funny out. But it's like this is when we need comedy.
Yeah, that's true. I said 2 hours.
I didn't even know about it. I just woke up and posted it a couple times, and then went back to bed. So I had.
I posted it once, and I said, "Laugh the pain away tonight at the Ice House."
Jesus
God.
Christ. God, Ryan.
All right, let's change the subject out of
right.
school shootings.
I gotta go get on stage.
Yeah, if Brody comes in, he might jump in front of you, but here we go. Let's move this on. I know this is a couple days late. Why don't we get Sarah Weinshank on the seat? How you doing, Sarah? She's coming from the dark corner where she was masturbating.
What up?
I started yelling before I was even sitting.
Now, I don't know if those headphones are plugged in or if they're working or not, so you might not be able to do this next thing. Let's talk about Yanny versus Laurel. I know you guys are probably sick of this already, but I think it's really interesting because this is the second time in a year, maybe, that we have had something like this. First was the dress, where it was like a 2 different color dress. One time, some people look like black and yellow, and the other one's purple, whatever, which kind of freaked me out. Like, this is something that we're both looking at, and it's 2 different things. That's weird. This new one was an audio clip where it sounds like, to me, there's a voice going, Laurel, Laurel. And then other people are hearing Yanny, Yanny, like in the same audio. Like, I almost think that somebody in the CIA quit.
I haven't
and
heard
was
it.
like, well, you're about to. Somebody in the CIA quit and was like, I'm going to show all the secrets, you know, like how we brainwash people in commercials and shit like that, exposing how there could be 2 different audios in the same. All right, let's. I'm getting deep. I was getting like a little deep there, but it's weird if. All right. So here it is.
You think it's a conspiracy?
Here it is. It's Yanny and Laurel. Tell me what you guys think. Let's wait, and then we'll go down and take a vote. All right. Here's the audio clip.
Laurel.
Felicia, what do you hear?
Okay, so I heard this last night, but it was on my little computer and on my little laptop with someone else, and it didn't sound like it sounds to me now. It sounded like Yeri.
Yeah, Yeri.
Yeah, and now it definitely sounds Laurel, so maybe it has something to do with how people are listening to it, what devices.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you.
Because it sounds completely different to me now.
All right, we'll talk about this in depth in a second. Steve, what do you hear?
Laurel.
Laurel.
I hear Laurel.
All right.
Yanny.
You hear Yanny?
Yeah.
Yanny, not
Really?
Yanny?
I only hear Yanny.
Weird. Sarah only
And
hears
every device I listen to, only Yanny.
Yanny, not Yanny?
Yanny.
Esther.
Huh.
I think this is like one of those hearing tests. Have you ever taken a hearing test on YouTube?
What do you hear, though? But what do you hear?
So I want to say Yanny so I can,
Be different.
No, but I hear Laurel.
Right, because Sarah's the youngest one here. So supposedly what they're saying is her ears are more cherry-like. Like they haven't been fucked with enough. So
I listen to music really loud in the car.
Yeah, and so supposedly if you have older ears or they're more damaged, you'll hear Laurel. Or if it's like Felicia says, the quality of the machine. Now, what's weird is when I first played it on my phone, I heard, what is this Laurel shit? I hit play and I hear Yanny. Then it went Laurel. Like halfway through the second time hearing it for my first time, haven't been able to hear Yanny since.
Okay. You want to know what happened to me? When I've played it, like 90% of the time I've heard Yanny. And then one time I listened to an audio where I was supposed to hear Laurel. And then when I played it again, I heard Laurel. But since then, I've only heard Yanny.
It's kind of weird. Like I don't believe the whole ear damage thing at all. Like because like you heard it twice, 2 different ways. I heard it 2 different ways, at least once. It's almost like it's some kind of brainwashing shit. So let's talk about that. Felicia?
Well, even when I was hearing it last night, I had someone that was sitting next to me going, as every time it would say, going, Laurel, don't you hear that undertone? I was like, no, I don't hear it.
Well, and it's weird because you also hear different reports around the web. Our local NBC channel said that they hunted down the person that originally posted it and said it was from like dictionary.com where you hit the play button of like how to say a word. And it was Laurel. So when he pressed play, it was like Laurel. And that's why it sounds like a fucking GPS guy, or something like that.
See, I heard that the original was Yanny.
No.
I looked it up, that's another. I saw a YouTube video where they said that they slowed down the clip and they like zeroed in on like the waves of Laurel and Yanny.
It is Laurel.
They're kind of they said.
But it's very similar. It's very similar. There's nothing like somebody talking off a microphone on a podcast. Especially since Joel Jimenez does podcasts. No, so it is interesting if it's if it is really supposed to be Laurel, like hearing Yanny to begin with.
I think it's totally interesting that everyone then sees and hears things completely different. Like you could have sex with someone and someone it'd be like, this is the best sex, and the other person's like, Jesus Christ, kill me now. You know what I mean? Like everyone's perception is slightly different. Yeah, that's what's freaky.
And it's weird because of the 2 things that it started this year is color, like seeing either black or a different color, and hearing 2 different things, So like if this is just like baby steps into showing us something deeper, like, especially about race or especially about something like that, or what did that, he said he had a gun. No, he didn't say he had a gun. He said he had hello, officer, or something like that. But what if it was something like half of us is divided, like we see and hear things completely different sometimes than other people. And it was also
maybe we're brainwashed.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Maybe we are. Maybe certain people are.
Or maybe the positive is we could have completely different opinions and we're both right.
Yeah, because
do you know what I mean? Like, look at it from somebody else's perspective. You could be like, okay, just because I don't see it that way, it doesn't mean they're wrong.
Yeah.
All right, so this is.
That's like my teacher who said, like, all religions are right. It's whatever you believe in.
Right. So this is the audio, but it's being sped up from.
It trips me out, man.
It does trip me.
Just the whole fucking thing. It's like, what's real anymore? Nobody fucking knows.
No, exactly.
Yeah, what is real?
I think this is a good little thing if maybe we're all in a simulation.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? This is a good little tidbit for that. Like, why is this possible?
Whoever's playing me is having a lot of fun.
Fuck yeah, I am. That is weird. Now, it's also weird. I wonder if they have made any tests of like compared people who mostly see only the purple dress, only hear Laurel.
Oh, if it matches up.
I saw the
That's
purple
genius,
dress.
dude.
Okay, let's look at. Let's see. Dress change color. Change color. Dress change color. All right, so let's look at the dress color thing and see what you guys say. I know this is like really not anything recent.
This is so old.
Joel is joining us.
All right, Joel Jimenez is back in the spot. Where did Simone go?
He's up in 2 minutes.
Oh, well, I think he doesn't know Glickman's in there. Okay. I guess this is the. I was trying to find an original part of this dress. Okay. Let's take a look at this. What color do you guys see this?
White and gold.
Same.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
I see black and blue.
What the?
Are you fucking serious?
I don't like
No.
this.
What?
This is
No.
fucking.
Yeah.
Are you
serious?
serious?
I can adjust it to where my eyes see white and gold. That's
Okay.
I think
No,
it's because
are
I'm
you-
like.
Now
Are
you're
you
just
kidding?
showing off.
Are you kidding? Like,
Are you kidding?
I can understand how you idiots think it's white and gold, but I can. Mostly it's black and
I'm
blue.
gonna have a panic attack.
all right, Sarah.
I see white and gold.
You see white and gold.
But before I used to.
All right,
always
so
see
this
blue.
makes zero
I
sense.
see pink and purple, but I just blew a unicorn.
Oh Jesus.
Wait, but also, where is this?
Okay, so that doesn't match up.
Wait, there's
It
also.
would have been great if Sarah only saw it. The black and
Yeah, I
gold.
know.
What do you
No.
see, Brian?
I see white and gold like a grown
Really?
adult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but Brian, there's another audio thing. If you go to Hungry Box on Twitter,
Oh my god.
this one's weird as fuck.
What?
Okay, now, then go down.
That used to be my stage name.
Hungry.
I know.
Box
I was
on
like, that's what I
Twitter.
named my vagina.
And then just scroll down.
You sure this is okay for YouTube? It's not. All right.
No, this isn't it.
Because I know Felicia has
Wait,
a hungry
that's
box.
not a Hungry Box.
Hungry Box.
Is that-
Hungry Box.
It should be Hungry Box.
That was
Is
Hungry
this
Fox.
Hungry box.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
It's Liquid H Box.
Oh my God. How'd
Sorry.
You got a hungry box.
Yeah. Wait. So is that
It's Liquid
even
H
close.
Box.
Sarah has a hungry vagina.
Yeah.
is that
Liquid
another
H
one?
box.
Do you see Liquid H box or
Liquid
do you see Hungry Box?
You go to Liquid H Box and
Alright,
scroll
this-
down.
This thing?
Yeah, scroll down.
Alright.
There's like an audio clip. Go down,
Alright,
further down, further down. Okay, wait, hold on.
Oh, here.
It says guys play this clip, an audio clip. Wait, go further up.
Guys.
No, right there.
All right.
That.
All right. Play this audio clip with the audio on. If you think the word is brainstorm, you'll hear brainstorm. If you think the words are green needle, you'll hear green needle. We are officially in the Matrix. We have no idea what's going on. I agree, Hungry Box. See? I'm not the only crazy person out here. Let's find out what we hear. This is.
Should we all pick one before we play it?
No.
Okay,
We
all right.
should play it and see what we hear. Oh my God. Okay, I don't know what I heard, but it was definitely something needle.
Green.
You know what's weird? I saw Tony Hinchcliffe tweet this earlier.
Oh, really?
And I saw it, and it was brainstorm, and now it's green needle.
I hear both. Green needle halfway and then brainstorm.
What?
Yeah. You can hear both.
I heard green
You can
needle.
hear both.
All right, hold on.
Somebody check her head for lice.
Hold on.
Now I hear brainstorm.
No.
Oh, I hear,
I hear green needle.
I hear
Oh,
both.
wait.
Now I hear brainstorm.
I hear.
Wait. I gotta clear my head.
Brain needle now. I
Brain
hear.
needle.
Oh,
Now
no,
I
no,
hear
no.
brain needle.
Oh.
It changes.
It's
a prank.
I don't believe this one because I think it's just they both sound so similar that you could actually make yourself hear both of them.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing with the Laurel one.
No, because I've sit there and sat at the Laurel one and tried to hear the other one. And I can't.
Do you think this is like a thing where like how those magic eye books and like our eyes can still be
Yes.
fooled?
Yes.
Like our brains are just not great as we would think. And
That's what happened when somebody quit the CIA in the 80s. That's how we saw the magic eye shit.
Yeah. Well,
Now it's
Really?
yeah.
Trip me out, dude. What do you hear? Yanny?
I hear Yanny, and I try to put my. I'm like,
You
let
hear
me,
Yanny?
yeah.
Oh,
I'm
we
like,
didn't
yeah.
get your answer.
Wait. We need to hear you.
Okay, if
hear
this
it again.
changed, then I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack right
Here we
now.
go.
Oh my god, I'm not. Laurel. I hear Laurel now. What the?
I hear
What is happening? I don't like this.
I don't like it either. Our life is, I mean, Trump's president, where our life is fully
Jesus.
crumbling apart.
just
You know,
think-
like
what if,
everything we
like, he's not
think is real is
president?
not real. It happened. It started when Circuit City closed. No,
I'm
Toys R Us.
not-
Toys R Us
Radio
closed.
Shack.
I agree with that.
That is when it started. Are they all closed?
Oh my god.
Toys R Us. The one in Burbank, I think, is still open for a couple days. I don't know.
I
What are
can't
they
believe
gonna-
I just heard Laurel.
What are they going to do with all those huge empty buildings? That's my question.
Throw raves in them.
There you go.
Amazon's going to buy them as a warehouse.
They're going to become podcast studios.
Yes, they are.
They are. Rogan, I swear to God, Rogan's new studio is an old Circuit City. I really believe it was an old Circuit City.
Can you look it up?
I don't want to look it up.
Okay.
Yeah, let's show the address.
I mean, like on your own time.
Yeah.
Not on ours.
I mean, like off screen.
That is so weird. It's so trippy, though.
Yeah, I
Well, Best Buy is still in existence.
For now.
Yeah, but you go in there and it's so depressing.
Oh,
It used to be
Sandra's
fun, right?
I gotta go
Right.
pee. Sandro.
But
Yeah,
now
how
it
was the
has, like,
audience,
half
Sandro?
the stuff.
Yeah? Oh, damn. Sandra just flicked us off and then ran and shut the door. And Sandra's walking in. Sandra, have you done the old Yanny Laurel thing?
I have.
What did you hear?
Yanny.
You heard Yanny? All right, let's see if you hear Yanny right now. Put it on the headphones.
I love that we're doing this.
Who's on stage?
Laurel.
You hear Yanny?
I heard Laurel in that one.
You did?
Yeah.
It's the same one.
Not the one I heard. I swear to God, when I first did
hear
it
Yanny.
3 days. I did it 3 days ago off of like.
Yeah, Sarah hears Yanny right now, by
Yeah.
the way.
Yanny.
Yeah, I heard Laurel. Now. When I first heard
In a
before-
robot voice? Like Laurel.
Yeah, like lower, like
Like a robot guy.
Laurel.
No,
Yeah.
it's Yanny.
And she still hears Yanny.
It's like
What
Yanny.
the fuck is going
Yeah.
on? I swear to God, 2 days ago I did it twice, and I was clear as day, and it was Yanny when I first heard it.
Wow.
Yanny.
It's still like that right now for me.
In the chat room, a lot of people are saying Laurel. There's a couple Yannis, though. That's crazy.
Wow. I feel like they're just doing that to prepare women for
something.
No means harder or something like that. You know what I mean? I feel
No
like
means
we're,
yes.
we're about to be tricked.
Dude, yeah. Black.
Yeah, the new hashtag is no means yes.
Could you see it as like a Black Mirror episode? The guy's yelling at the judge. She said yes.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
You
she
zoom back to
wanted
the
it.
video and she's
Yes.
going, no,
She
no.
said she wanted it.
And
She-
he's like, oh, I don't like
Which
any of
season is
this.
that in?
That's season 4. It's coming soon. Me and Sandra wrote all
Oh my
this.
God.
She said she wanted it.
No way.
No
Oh my
way.
God.
Oh my God. Oh, you tricked me. I'm stupid.
How many people are in prison right? How many people are in prison right now because we have security cameras? See, he definitely said, please, don't rape me. But then if we listen to it now, half of us hear, no, I want it. I'm so horny. Give it to me. Like, how many people are in prison from the CIA?
That's true. That's crazy.
What if Weinstein is completely innocent?
Wow.
Jesus.
It's like every sexual encounter is going to have to turn into a porn shoot just to make sure you got to consent.
But
You got
even then-
consent.
Even
How
that, you might see something different. You might see a girl crying, going, "Please don't rape me," and then other people are saying, "No, she's definitely wanting it. She's like taking off her clothes and bending over and saying, get this ass." But because of the
Get
dress,
this ass.
because of the dress technology.
Favorite pickup line. Get
But-
this.
Get this.
Come get this ass.
But
I've never said get this ass in my life.
You need to.
Have you ever heard someone say "get this ass"?
Oh no, he said Yanny.
Okay.
I probably have.
Get this ass.
That's freaking me
This
out.
is this is gonna be Cosby's defense.
Oh, I know.
I heard
The Yanny
Laurel.
defense.
and She said Yanni.
Yep. It could,
And
that's what I'm saying.
we
All of
both
it.
heard different things.
All
What
of
does
it.
everybody hear on this? You guys already talk about
I
this?
heard
Yeah.
Yanny,
Sarah's the
yeah.
only one that
Yeah.
hears Yanny right now.
But
We
I
all
heard, the
hear
first
Laurel.
time I heard it, I heard Yeri. The first time I heard
Okay.
it,
And
yeah.
I-
And now tonight I hear Laurel.
I've heard both also, but only heard Yanny once.
I only heard
my
Laurel
first time.
like once.
And it's the same clip everywhere. Like there's
Everywhere,
not-
same clip. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I thought because today I couldn't even see how I could hear Laurel. I was trying, and then you played it. I'm like, is he fucking with me right now?
And you're a younger kid. I mean, I guess not as young as Sarah.
I'm-
But
yeah, I'm
in her
31.
Fresh virgin years.
My ears are bad too from
Oh, yeah,
drums and
drumming.
stuff like that. I'm like, yeah. I stuck my head in a bass drum when I was 17. So I don't
For how long?
a few seconds.
Oh, okay.
Stuck my head
Not
in
through a
bass
whole
drum.
percussion solo.
My friends had like a punk band. They were rehearsing in the morning, and we were all like getting drunk, and I was like rocking out. I stuck my head in the drum, and I'm pretty sure I did some sort of damage.
What if
Wow.
the World Trade Center looked like a runway at LAX the whole time?
Wow, very possible.
Wow.
but anything is possible.
Like what?
Yeah, what if
Okay, we're gonna land here. This airport even says free virgins.
But it's just weird. It's weird. It's weird
Yeah.
because if seeing and hearing aren't believing, then our perception of reality, like what's real?
we have a flawed perception of reality? I think.
Yeah, we're limited.
Yeah, we can only.
We don't
see
have
so
evolved
much.
enough senses.
But
What's it supposed to be, Laurel?
It's supposed to be Laurel. That's what it actually is. Is Laurel. Laurel.
Weird.
I wonder if I could make it so you hear Yanni. If I could just say Laurel. Let me try to do it. Laurel. No. Laurel.
I just heard Laurel.
No. Oh, what if you can get practice to like anyone that can do voices to do Laurel, and then you could start doing other words so you can talk in tongues.
Well, dude, I'm just thinking now.
Are there other words
everybody's
though? Are there other words that we could do this with?
I don't know.
Should we look it up?
Well,
we just did that other one.
I don't know, but is it in the Urban Dictionary already?
I don't know.
You want to be the first to put it in there,
now
Esther?
I mean, I've never put words in there, but
Me either, but it seems like it could be fun.
I'm
I was
starting to
stoned.
wonder.
but if I was a black woman and I had kids right now and had twins, I would name them Yanny and Laurel.
Damn.
What if fluoride is the thing that programs us?
It could be
in our water, you
Fluoride,
mean?
like from the dentist.
Yeah.
I pass on
That's-
fluoride.
That's
I don't know much
had a
about
lot
it.
of
It's in the
fluoride
water in
yeah,
LA,
how
right?
do you can't get out of it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's in
Maybe
the water.
we're all living in Flint.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, now I'm
It's a whole
thinking.
simulation.
Yeah.
The only thing that's real in this world is Yanny and Laurel.
Yeah.
What's the crowd like in there, Sandra? Is there a small crowd or?
They're kind of small, but they're good. They're fun.
Small but mighty.
Yeah.
What if Yanni and Laurel are just programming us?
Is Brody here yet?
I haven't seen them.
What do you think Brody's gonna hear?
Oh my
Laurel.
God.
Laurel.
Yanny.
Hangover.
Yanny.
Hangover.
Yanny.
Hangover. Hangover.
Fuck, what the hell? Maybe I did kill earlier and I just perceived it as.
Felicia, are you still doing a podcast?
I just started a new one with Jessica Wellington.
Oh, Jessica, she's so funny. I love
Jessica's
her.
very
she's so
funny.
cool,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's a cool chick. Yeah, so
That's
there
great
you go,
because
yeah.
you have like such an amazing voice for podcasts. You
I know it's so like innocent, erotic.
Yeah,
Wow, thank you, Esther.
like the opposite of Esther. Like
Esther,
Esther's,
you want this ass, Esther?
Esther makes dicks go out at the asshole backwards.
I got a good visual on that one. Very confusing.
Crawls in like a turtle and comes out the other side.
Yanny.
Yanny. I want to know
That's
who's on stage
hilarious.
if Brody's here because I don't know how long till Felicia's going to be up.
Am I next?
Well, it's supposed to be Brody, Sandro, Steven, Steve. But if Brody's not here, then it was Sandro. Did Steven go after you?
Yeah, Glickman.
Glickman, and then so maybe Steve, unless
So
Brody's
maybe
here.
I should go.
Maybe just see if Brody's here.
Okay.
Or not. Yeah, what else is up?
That was just fucking gnarly.
Yeah, we're all like-
I was just
we're-
like tripping on that fucking.
Yeah, I get
Yanny,
angry. I
Yanny.
like start to kind of. I'm like, I get mad that I can't hear it. I couldn't hear Laurel today at all, and now I hear it.
Yeah, it's so weird that I'm freaked out.
Do you guys like competitive eating? Have you ever gotten into the competitive eating?
I saw this. You're
With
tweeting this
myself.
girl that's like.
Yeah. So there's
woman versus food type of.
Yeah, there's this girl named Rayana Hung. She's on YouTube, and she
Huang.
Wang.
Huang.
And look how good her body is, by the way. Like, can we
Raina.
just focus on Raina?
She's a competitive eater.
Nah, dude.
Get the fuck out
Nah,
of here.
I see a fat
shit.
chick, dude.
See her ribs.
Wait, what do you guys see?
I just see really fat.
Dude, she's only
titties.
eating 2 tater tots. What is that? So,
Oh my god.
but it is amazing, man, how
What
much
the
she can
fuck?
eat. I don't understand how this is possible.
Maybe she's bulimic.
She poops a lot. That's how.
Seems like it.
Yeah, maybe she edits those videos.
No, she doesn't.
She
Wait.
sprinkles
no.
laxatives on everything.
And she even eats like spicy food. She ate 24, or Brian's 24. You know that place next to the American Comedy Company. She ate their challenge, which I guess is like 24.
She's so small.
Yeah,
what are you
but-
talking about? It's fine.
So pancake monster. 5 of her pancakes layered with 4 strips of bacon, 2 sausage patties, 8-ounce ham steak, 8-ounce country fried steak, topped with 3 eggs, any style, all on a bed of home fries. If you finish it under an hour, it's on the house. Yeah, it's $35.
I'm not
so, but
participating.
but what's crazy is this is not even like a big deal. Like, you know, like she eats way more. Like all her videos are just ridiculous how much she can eat. So check her out. Like she, I don't know how I stumbled upon her, but
I mean,
yeah, I mean, I could guess.
What are you saying that I just looked up Asian eat?
I didn't say anything.
Hungry ass.
Google get that ass. Yeah.
Come get this ass.
Come get this ass. And that's what came up. Yeah, get my pancake ass.
What's your
eating
favorite?
pancakes.
What's your favorite one? The most impressive one that she eats?
You know, she's done shit like where she'll eat every single thing on a menu,
my
entire
God.
menu of Five Guys. Like here, this is.
Wait.
Yeah.
How? I don't even.
Look, she eats all that.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah.
One
huh?
girl,
What?
5 guys.
What?
But she's not obese.
No, I
this
don't
makes
get.
no sense.
I
I
don't
can't
get.
see below the table.
I feel like
don't know.
maybe Asians are better eaters than us because the hot dog guy was Asian too.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's just speed up.
She's
She's,
hot dog guy.
we poo a lot.
she's
Really?
Is
just
that
going
what
through
it
this.
is?
Yeah, and like giant poos.
Yeah.
Like how many
Are you
pieces?
sure that's just not a you
how many
thing,
pieces
not-
are your shits usually?
How many pieces?
I don't
of shit?
count. You
Dude, I bet I shit more than you. I
No,
probably
but-
had a
no,
good
but-
6 shits today, 7 shits.
You
And
should
Six?
change your name
well,
to
I ate a
Esther
lot of
Ku.
hot sauce last night.
Yanny.
Laurel.
Laurel.
No, but like the only way she stays skinny is she
Yeah.
poops a lot.
Or maybe she just eats nothing the rest of the time.
Or maybe she does some like amazing editing.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah. or
maybe.
she's-
No, because this is like seriously, like this is she's at. If you go to all these restaurants, her picture's up there. She has a 1-camera shoot the whole time with a timer. So it's. I mean, it's no.
Are we
editing.
not worried about this lady? We're applauding her.
I know. I want to know what her, like if she would be an interesting interview just to see like have you checked your cholesterol?
Yeah, I want to
lately?
see a
Like, have
doctor
you-
give
yeah.
her a physical.
Yeah, how about that
I'm
for a
just
video?
like,
Yeah. Well, that's how it starts, and then he's like, "Can I check your heartbeat?" And puts his hand on it, right?
how
come
do you
nobody, like-
decide to do that as a thing?
She's hungry.
I don't know. I guess you're hungry and you're like
She's like,
Because
"Fuck."
it's because it's popular. There's
Yeah,
like so
notoriety.
people have like millions of viewers
She's hungry for
watching them
attention.
eat
It's
by
like-
themselves
Like,
for
what
hours.
a weird thing to be like, you know what I'm gonna do today? I'm gonna go to this fucking place and I'm gonna get the fucking hungry stack
Yeah,
of pancakes
yeah.
and sit by
It
myself.
is kind of sad because like
and
eating
time
eating is
myself.
such
Oh
a
my
social thing.
God.
Look at this boba.
No wonder she's by herself. It's
Boba
like-
milk. Look how big this thing is. This one was hard to watch because she got really cold in it because it was so cold.
Get her
So-
a jacket.
But she drank this whole thing. This one was rough to watch her eat. She did this one.
Didn't get a jacket.
She did this one in 20 minutes though, and like
Oh my
then she went
God.
Okay,
outside.
20 minutes.
She went outside to her hot black car and just laid on it because it was like 100 degrees and she's like freezing right now. So.
Fan, how many of these have you watched?
All right, there's a
The
lot of
whole
videos I watch
season.
in my bed late at night.
Oh my God.
He's into Asians. What can I say?
Asians drinking bobas.
You're not into Asians, Esther? I heard you're not into Asians. I heard you got a lot of Asian community after you recently. Is that all over with now?
It is, but one of them usually creeps up once in a while.
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy how it comes in waves.
I heard it. I've seen it go through a lot of people before. Like Bobby Lee, like said something about
Ken Jeong too
Yeah.
got a lot of shit from the Asian community.
very, very sensitive Asians.
Kim
like
Jong-il?
people.
Sorry.
Is Brody-
He's a dictator. Hello. Anybody?
Who's on
He's a
stage?
dictator.
Glickman?
Yes. I know but when people start tagging Bobby Lee and Ken Jeong into these tweets of like why I'm a disgrace to Asians, and I'm like, oh, I'm doing fine then. You know, thanks. Like I'm in good company.
Yeah. And, like, it is funny though because I remember how much shit Bobby got because he did the hierarchy of Asians where he talked about like how
yeah.
like certain Asians were considered like tree Asians and stuff. And
Tree Asians?
yeah, because I long time ago, like before the Carlos Mencia video, I recorded him. He was just hanging out. Him and Joe Rogan were hanging out outside, and then I used to always film everything that Rogan did. And so he was talking, and Bobby said, talk to the camera, and he broke down every kind of Asian and where they are in the hierarchy of Asians. The video was up for like 2 years. It was awesome. And then when the Carlos Mencia video came out, everyone was like looking up who Bobby Lee was because of this video. And then he got in so much shit, and he got mad. He wouldn't talk to me for like 5 years. Like,
What? Oh my God.
Because of that video. And like, I still think he holds a grudge about it. But now it's like, I took down the video and everything, and when he asked, I took it down and all that. But I was like, dude, you're the one that said it. I just was there recording it. And then now he'll always bring it up on podcasts and stuff. I'm like, you don't give a shit about this anymore. You just said the same shit on a podcast the other
if
day.
you said that about like white people, like there's like white trash people, all different types of white
Oh, the
people.
50 States of America hierarchy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
He
thing,
should
too.
have left it up. I never saw that video.
Well, I think it's also like we're all learning. Like I had for a long time, I like collectibles. I have like a huge lunchbox, vintage lunchbox collection.
You do? Me too. Probably not as big.
Are you serious?
I'm like a low key collector,
What do you
but there's
are
certain
you
ones that I really want.
Collector, hoarder, what do you see?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, shit. Here's I guess it is still up.
Oh, great. I'm sure.
I didn't put it. This is somebody else put this up.
What's another 5 years?
Pretty funny, though. Look, this is before Death Squad was Death Squad. It was just little videos I made.
Oh, it's still up?
Yeah, somebody else has it up. I don't have it up.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Bob Job.
Well, Bobby
I don't even
Lee
remember editing this.
Thinks of Vietnamese.
I don't want to play it, but you guys can look it up. I don't want Bobby Lee mad at me again, but it is up. It's called What Bobby Lee Think of Vietnamese. Very good English on that title of the YouTube page. But look how young Bobby looked right there. That's pretty crazy.
Wow.
Well, that's a while ago.
Yeah.
He had a mohawk.
Yeah, so that's the video that Bobby got all mad at me. And he also talked about it being molesting or giving a blowjob to his brother or something like that in there, too.
I think if North and South Korea are going to, like, put the war away, Yoshi and Bobby Lee should put their war away.
Yoshi? I didn't know they had a war.
Oh, yeah. Bobby Lee wanted to make up with Yoshi, but Yoshi wasn't interested.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yoshi's so funny, though.
I know. He's so funny.
I saw him the other day.
So what kind of lunchboxes do you have?
I have like only a few, but I really want to get deeper into it.
What's your favorite one?
Okay, I have like this vintage one from I think it looks like it's like mid-century, and it has astronauts on it. And it's like outer space, and it says
I know
Space
which
Cadet
one.
on it. You know what that is?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite?
I have literally like 300 lunchboxes.
Oh my god, that's like my fantasy.
Where are they? In your
That's
living
like my
room?
wet dream.
Some of them are in my living room, and then some. What I did is when I've been off and on at comedy, but I went through a period where I did comedy on the road for like 10 years, 35 weeks a year. So I would always go to like junk shops or garage sales and just spend $1 here and there and there. And
Yes,
so
this is my
I
shit.
have a yellow submarine
You
beach
do?
lunchbox. That's a pretty sweet
Why
one.
did you have so many dollars? Were you a stripper or something?
I was a stripper.
You
when-
were?
When I was 18.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no way. For
Yeah,
how
I was
long?
I was a stripper for about 3 years. You can't be a stripper longer than it takes you to get a degree. Otherwise, you're fucked. You know? So I was a stripper for about 3 years. Yeah.
Did you ever do anything in the private rooms?
No, because I'm a lot older than you guys, so they didn't have private rooms. That you did that shit in the dark corner, my son. That's where you did that at. No, I was never a dirty stripper. I was always like, you know, I always worked the bar because I was really young. You know, where all the Captain Save-A-Hos would sit.
Where would
Oh
you
my God.
be a
I was
were
a
you
Captain
stripper?
Save-A-Ho. No, I was. No, seriously. Like,
You have Captain Save-A-Ho
That's-
written
oh,
all
man.
over you.
I was, dude.
See,
My
I
first
like-
10 years of going to strip clubs, like, because I was in Ohio, and when I
Oh,
turned 18,
yes.
I was like, oh, I can't believe I can pay to see a naked girl.
Oh, my God.
I mean, like, you know, and I was always like, oh my God, you live in Hilliard, you need a ride to work, you don't have a car. Oh, here's my number if you need, you know, it was horrible.
Did you ever give any of them a ride?
No, I think they are so trained to that
Yeah.
shit that they're like, all right, throw it in the phone number basket or something. You know?
Right. No,
Yeah.
I had a great experience doing it, and I'm not even
Really? Where
lying.
did you strip?
I did it when I was 18 in Colorado at a club called the Peppermint Lounge, and I did it as a wet T-shirt night. That's how I got into it. I did a wet T-shirt night.
So, okay. Well,
that's how it all started?
And I remember to this day, I did it to AC/DC's Highway to Hell.
Wow.
Yes.
And by the time Bon Scott wrapped his vodka-soaked tenor around the lyrics of "Hey Mama, look at me," I was all like, "Oh shit, I have found my calling."
Wow.
Yeah. It was
Can you do pole tricks?
no, I'm not a good dancer. No.
You're not. But
No,
you
but
could
I
be.
was- I was
You're a good
18,
take your
Esther.
clothes offer.
When you're 18, they don't give a shit if you're a good dancer.
What about but what was the law in Colorado? Was it like full like nude stripping? Because like in Portland, you can be completely naked. I think.
They have both. You can do nude, but then you couldn't have a liquor license.
Yeah, no drinking.
Yeah, and then they.
So you
had
wore a G-string.
So where I worked, I actually worked 2 places, and one you don't have to show the whole thing. I mean, you know.
But you were like, fuck, when in Rome.
No, I don't. Not necessarily. No. The only time I think that is when I'm in front of Trump Tower and my middle finger is out. Then I'm like, when I'm in Rome.
Oh my God.
No, but it was awesome. And this guy came up to me, this old man, and he threw $101 bills, and it felt like it was raining love. I was like, fuck. I was like, you at 18 at a strip club, they'll let me do this.
That's great.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Wow.
Esther, you ever a stripper?
Have I ever?
Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't.
It's a shame.
But
But she's masturbated on a podcast.
I was,
Come on.
You ever?
I know. I kind of skipped the whole stripper thing.
You went right to prostitution.
I mean,
You ever eaten the whole menu at Five Guys?
I should have done stripping when I left the church. That would have been like a perfect
segue,
chapter in my next book.
After you
left
you were
the church,
Sharpie girl.
No, before the Sharpie, I should have just instead of the Sharpie, I should have gone stripper right after leaving the church.
It is interesting at the age of 17 and 18 how much you change as a person.
Yeah.
Because I swear to God, when I was 17 years old, someone took me to go see this movie called The Divine Miss M with Bette Midler. It was actually in the theaters when I was 17 years old. And she says the F word in it. And I literally got up in the middle of the movie
walked out
and was like, I cannot watch this trash. Cut to a year later, these motherfuckers are giving me some money.
It's true.
It's how much you change in a year like that.
It's
crazy.
17 to 18, you become a whole different person.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I don't think Brody's going to make it till the very end if he does make it. So you might.
I better go.
Might go want to go, and you're bringing me up.
Okay.
So I'll check on that in a second.
Right.
Where's Rye doing
See,
that?
I feel like 17 to 18, I was pretty much the same as a person, but then early 20s to late 20s,
Yeah.
whoa.
Till
Who the fuck was
25
that?
25 to 28, I really started to figure out how to
Yeah.
be more closer to what I do now. But I was just kind of wilding out until then, I guess.
Yeah, I wilded out hard as fuck.
I didn't think about consequences.
Me
Then I started
either.
thinking about shit later. You
Yeah, same. I went hard though.
Now I'm boring.
Like how?
Just slutty.
Really?
shit.
You slept around?
in college. Yeah. I had a very serious relationship in college, and I thought I was gonna marry my college boyfriend who sells real estate, and
shit.
I helped him get his job, and I thought that was gonna be my life. I live in a gated community and have children, and he goes to work and I go to the tanning salon.
Ugh.
And then I was like, this is boring. This isn't working. And then I went fucking crazy. Wow. Crazy.
I never see that. When I look at you, I don't think sexual at all for some reason.
Yeah, well, in college.
It's good. It's a superpower.
I don't know why. I think it's because you're always nicely dressed. You have a nice scarf on today, and I'm always
It's because she dresses like a little schoolgirl.
Yeah.
So you give off this innocent, very cute. What's that singer? British singer's name? Lily.
Allen?
You're very
Allen?
Lily Allen,
I'll take it.
You're oh, she's so cute.
With the current references, Esther.
I went to a lot lot of raves and got
Wow,
really
that's
wasted. I went
hilarious.
to like Vegas, like fraternity formals all the
Wow.
time. Like fucking was like beer bonged on like a party bus. Like,
What the
Like
fuck?
crazy. Like
Jesus,
I like wasn't
that's so
like
weird.
went to a fraternity formal in like a strip club, and my dress was so short that like this man thought that I was a stripper, but I was just there as a guest. Like, and even though I was like doing slutty things, like I never really was into it. It just was like a wild phase in my life. Like I remember I was like at this fraternity formal in like a short slutty fucking dress,
I didn't even go to the
wasted.
formals. I just went straight to the parties.
Wasted, and I was like having fun, but not really. I just thought that's what you were supposed to do. And I remember like my date was dancing with a stripper, and it upset me. It's like, bitch, you're at a fraternity formal, wasted. Like, I don't know. The whole like I just partied super hard because that's
Yeah.
what I thought I was supposed to do.
Do you feel like you got it out of your system
Yeah,
now? Now you're like
I'm glad
chill.
I did it. I learned a lot from that phase. But like, there's a lot of it I don't remember, and a lot of it I don't want to remember. Honestly.
And now you collect lunch boxes.
Yeah, now I collect lunch boxes and bow ties. So that's
That would have been an interesting version of you to see.
wild.
Wild Sarah.
I got carried out of a bar for stealing my ex-boyfriend's wallet.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're like one of those crazy ass.
I was like a crazy bitch. Yeah, 100%.
How many hamburgers could you eat? I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Call back.
Just
Nobody
depends.
cares.
If I was being videoed a lot more than
Oh,
if
cool.
I wasn't.
You ever
know?
had a giant boba tea back in the crazy days?
Oh yeah, $20 boba.
I'm glad that I had my crazy times during like AOL 2.0.
Oh,
you know,
that's
like
crazy.
because I
Yeah.
can't even imagine nowadays being like in college or 18. I would ruin my career or ruin any kind of existence like ASAP Rocky.
Honestly, like because Facebook existed while I was in college. So sometimes if I look at my Facebook photos from back in the day, I'm like, who's this person? I like was obsessed with tanning and getting
my
wasted
God.
and like fucking. It was like a real nightmare.
I'm the most worried about the tanning.
Tanning's not bad. I used to tan all the time.
No, you should have seen
The
me.
light beds
I
or
look
the
like
spray
a
tan?
light-skinned black girl. That's how much I tan. Like in my college ID, you could only see my teeth and the whites of my eyes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
tanning's
probably
not bad.
so bad for you.
Tanning?
Isn't it illegal now?
No, you can still tan. I used to do a little.
I thought it was
tanning.
illegal.
I
Let's
have
do
such
something
white
illegal, like
skin
tan.
because I have such white skin to begin with. Like so
Some
I would
of us
always
are
I used to
lucky.
always go like tan once a week, maybe twice a week, just to keep like kind of like a step up,
base.
like a
Okay.
base
That's
tan.
what people in that world call it. I gotta keep my base tan.
Oh my God.
But I didn't look like I just got off spring break or anything. I was more like, oh, this guy's not dead,
Yeah.
And it was a great place to masturbate too because it was so
Oh.
quiet and like they always
And it just
had like
sizzles when it hits the lights.
Ew.
no.
It smells.
No, because it was like there was always like you walk in at 3 p.m. There's always like some hot blonde receptionist.
When
Yeah.
the sun
Just-
is out, you
Yeah.
mean you
Just-
could actually get a tan?
No, it's not the same.
Oh, you're in Ohio at this time.
No, this is LA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's true. And
Oh, it's quicker because it's like
so
the type of
much to
light
think
it
about.
fucking barbecues you.
Dude, I
Right.
used to do
Oh
that
my
tan
God.
and have hot pink nails, like hot pink nails.
Oh my
every
God.
day. It
Do
was
you have
like a
pictures of
different
this?
Oh my God, what
I
color
do.
was your hair?
Who's on stage right now?
Felicia.
Felicia. All right. Rydoon's back in here.
See
Let
ya.
me see if I can find a picture.
Bye,
from my
Steve.
Oh
tanning
my
phase.
God, tanning.
Follow Simone.
Esther, you used to
Uh,
date a guy named Tan, right? All right, cool.
Okay, why don't you guys keep the podcast going? I'm gonna go see if I'm on stage
Cool.
soon.
Sweet.
Blakeman, have a seat. Why don't you talk about your nighttime show? No, you can sit here. It's fine.
One time I had a crush on this guy in high school. He was like the guy who volunteered for the AV club. You know, he would push like the.
He volunteered. Okay, yeah.
I mean, not volunteer, but
Yeah.
you know, he was
Yeah.
like one of those extra
like
kids.
student council fuckers.
Well, not student council. No, he was
Oh,
like
okay.
he pushed all the whenever the teacher like showed you a movie. Like he was the kid,
Oh.
Rupin, this Indian kid. He would like
What was his name?
Rupin.
Rupin?
Rupin.
That's the name of a dude with a big dick right there. I'll tell you.
Totally. He acted like he had a big dick too, right?
Well,
so
yeah,
I had a big
all the
crush on
AV
him.
guys have the big
So
cocks.
he would like roll the TV and the VCR into our classrooms, and I'd be
Oh,
like, God,
yeah.
he's so cool. He can like just roam around the school during the periods. Like he's so cool. And then like years later, I went back to Chicago and like we were Facebook messaging and like we went like I guess on a date, and he was the owner of like these LA tan Like every time we drove by a tanning salon, he would talk shit about them because he owned a LA tan franchise.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was
He was competitive with his
he was
tanning
like,
salon.
yo, fuck that tanning place, man. We're the best. And I'm just like, oh my God, let's just go back to high school. Like, I wish I had a time machine because I don't want to like fuck you now at all.
That is a weird thing when you like see somebody and you're like, whoa, you're a completely different person than I remember you, and we have nothing in common. So this is
That's why, like, how often do people even stay friends with people they were friends with in high school?
You want to hear something really weird? I just went through a project. I just did a project where I had to interview 32 people I went to junior high school with.
That sounds awful.
What?
And
What
it
project?
was a TV project. No, a new TV project show. But I interviewed 32 students I went to junior high school with, and holy shit.
Was
like,
it weird?
Really, 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 really weird, man. And like at the first girl I ever kissed.
Do you remember them?
Some of them I remembered. It was only people I remembered. Like I found a yearbook. And I went through a yearbook, and anyone who even I remotely remember their face, I circled it, and then I ended up with about 50 or so people, because there was like a couple hundred people in our junior high school, and so I was like through all the years, like the 7th, 8th, and 9th grade kids.
What city is this?
San Diego.
Okay.
But what about like people? Did you interview anyone who was mean to you? Because
Yeah.
there's this one fucking
sure,
bitch.
yeah,
I like
yeah.
to have
My
a word
God.
with her.
Yeah, no,
you
no.
know what I mean?
There was a guy who there was a girl that I asked out on a date, and then I took her on a really bad date. It was like I was just a kid. I was like 12, and I didn't know how to take a girl on a date.
So the most awkward experiences of your life.
Yeah,
My
totally.
life, at least.
And I told this guy who was like my best friend at the time that I was taking this girl out on a date. And then the next day at school, he asked her to be his girlfriend. And she said yes.
But what
And
does
then
that
they
even
were a
mean?
couple. And so then they like walked around holding hands and kissing at lunch. And I was like,
So
I wanted to
traumatic.
kill myself.
That's
Like I was
how
so
I felt
depressed.
in 8th grade too. Same thing. This
Oh,
dude
yeah.
I like so much. He was my boyfriend for 24 hours, and he thought he was the shit.
What?
Listen to this.
How can it be so short?
No, trust me, I felt
like
the
how
same way.
You guys labeled each other
Listen.
boyfriend and girlfriend?
No, so yeah, listen to what happened. So like, okay. So I was super into him. He went to a different school, and he like thought he was the shit because his dad was in the band Toto, right?
Ooh,
so
he is the
Whoa!
shit.
Whoa!
Official.
So, like, he had, like,
He is definitely the shit.
That's
so, like,
awesome.
Yeah, so like
He played the tambourine.
I'll
Relax.
fuck him.
So like he
Actually, I'll fuck his dad.
Dude, he like didn't go to our school, and he had like a lot of swag, and he like wore a lot of gel in his hair, and I was super into him. And then I wouldn't make out with him at the school carnival because I said I wasn't ready. So then he broke up with me and started dating this slutty girl named Ashley, and then they had a whole romance, and it was like in front of my face, and I was like heartbroken and like kind of chubby, and just like started hanging out with the dudes who would like fingerboard. Like that. Those were like some of my only friends.
What is
that? Yeah.
Fingerboard.
What is fingerboard?
It's like little
Tech decks.
skateboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, tech decks.
Yeah.
Like they would do it like on their 5 stars, and I would like just hang out with them.
You know,
And,
Esther,
like,
do you know what she's talking about? Fingerboard?
No.
It's a skateboard for your fingers, and they would skateboard with their fingers.
Well, when you
on a
say it
little
like that,
skateboard.
it sounds cool.
It's also a form. It's also a form of torture, right? Fingerboarding.
Yeah, fingerboarding.
fingerboarding.
Yes,
Yeah,
100%.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's what they did
it
in
was
Vietnam,
cool.
I believe.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were gonna say bored after.
You know, when
fingered.
you're like a younger, when you're a younger girl, you put up with so much shit from guys. Like you just watch them play video games all fucking day.
Yeah.
I think
It's
that's
true.
just being a
I
girl.
mean,
Even older women have to
yeah.
deal with that. I think.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know women who are currently dating guys. Currently, who all they do is they sit around and watch their boyfriend play like Fortnite.
Oh
Yeah,
my
And
God.
it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, if you look, I think
Fortnite?
I think if you like playing video games and you want to play video games for like an hour or two a day, if that you can fit that into your life where you can play video games for like an hour or two, maybe that's fine. Like maybe that's fine, but like aside from that, like fucking, if you have a girlfriend, like you gotta be eating that pussy for an
That's
hour or
right.
two.
You
and
gotta
then,
pay.
you gotta
Yeah.
be even. You know, you can't be.
Then the butt for the next two.
Yeah, of course.
But for the next two,
Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
That's right. That's right.
I think I could get really into video games if I had one at home. Like I think it could be very dangerous for me. Like I think I could like really get into it. So I don't. because I'm afraid of that version
I
of myself.
I can't get into gaming. I've tried to like
bad
get
at
into
it.
a game, but
VR
it gets too
shit?
difficult and I give up.
Yeah, I mean VR you got to be careful about because there's a lot of dangerous shit happening in VR. Like there's so much porn. VR porn is like.
Is there?
Yeah, oh God, are you kidding me?
And what happens? Oh,
And-
they suck your dick?
There, it's wherever you look. It's full like.
I go straight to dick sucking.
Yeah, no. It's like full HD, 4K, like wherever
Holy
you look.
shit, I've never seen
And it's
VR
like,
porn.
Oh god, it's like it's too good. And here's the problem: is if your girlfriend walks in on you, or your boyfriend, I think boyfriend if your significant other walks in on you wearing a mask, jerking off, it's over. Like that relationship is fucking dead.
Not necessarily.
I
She might like it and jump on his dick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know.
Pretty
the
sure
thought
you're.
of seeing him with somebody with like a mask on their face.
Like if you walked in and a guy was wearing like a giant headpiece over their eyeballs and they're just naked jerking off,
And then they can't hear you
They
walk
can't
in.
hear you because they're wearing soundproof
They just keep going.
headphones.
Dude, what if you walk in and he's just like on all fours? Like no,
Getting
you can't
fucked?
recover.
You
You
can't
just can't
recover.
recover.
You can't
I don't
recover
think you
from
can
that.
recover either. But wait, so what happened when you interviewed your middle school friend?
He completely. His version of what had happened was totally different, and to him,
We were just
Laurel.
talking about this.
he-
Yeah.
yeah. In his mind, he had met this girl who was like the love of his life, and he stayed with her. This girl that I went out with one time, and then was mad that like he like stole her away from me. Like he dated her for like 5 fucking years, and they like almost got married, and then she cheated on him, and it was this whole thing. And like by the end of it, I was like, oh, thank God, it like I had the sense of not. Like that, it didn't work out. Like
Thank God you had the sense for her to break up.
for her to
with you.
break up with me. Exactly.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah. No. It definitely was not a two-way street. But it was interesting hearing him be like, oh yeah, like that girl. Because I didn't say like, oh, you remember when you stole this girl away from me? I was just like, oh, and what was it like dating? What was it like dating in that time? And he was like, I met the love of my life, and I've never recovered from it. Like I've dated since then, but I've never had anyone like that. And I'm like, we're all 39 years old.
Yeah.
Like we're all almost 40. So for him to still be like, oh, she was the love of my life, a girl I met when I was 12.
Right?
Did you
You're
interview
like,
her?
What
kill
a
yourself.
loser.
What a
Okay.
loser.
Where's your tech deck, loser?
Yeah, where's your tech deck?
Jesus.
And your binder ramp.
Yeah, you
Yeah, right.
idiot.
Oh, that's just embarrassing.
Wow,
but yeah,
that's amazing.
But there's a couple stories. There's a couple of stories that I got from like some of these kids where I talked to them, and I was like, it was mind blowing. Like one of the girls. I'll tell you one story. This one girl says to me, she goes, her name is, we'll say her name is Christina. So she's like. She's like, like, like I was kind of like a bad girl. Like I was always like running around and like just like smoking pot and like having fun, like doing like whatever. And then I was friends with this girl named Erin and this other girl named Sarah, and we were all like best friends. But then Sarah started getting too much attention from Erin, and so she was like not hanging out with us, and she wasn't hanging out with me, and so like I was like, hey, we should go and break in to Sarah's house where she lives with her parents. Me and Erin should go break into her house and like steal some of her shit, like for fun, like as a joke. And so these two white girls broke into this other girl, Erin's house, and Erin and Christina broke into this girl, Sarah's house. Mm-hmm. Two girls break into this girl's house. They tear the whole thing apart while they're at dinner.
What?
While the parents are at dinner. They run through everything. They're going through stuff, and they're in the mom's drawer. They're looking at like finding her dildo and all sorts of shit, and they're like laughing, like throwing stuff around. And they find under the mom's bed, under like a box, they find a VHS porn tape
of her parents fucking.
No, of her mom cheating on her dad.
Oh what? My God.
Amazing.
And they put the VHS porn tape in and watch it.
What?
And they're watching it in the living room, and the garage door starts opening.
Come on.
This is 100% true. And Erin and Christina go, we got to get the fuck out of here. And they left the tape running.
Yeah, they
ran
did.
out the back door
my
and jumped the
God.
fence into the canyon and ran away. Sorry. And
wow.
And I go, oh my God, that's so fucked up that you did that. That's crazy. And she goes, yeah, I guess we were kind of like bad kids. And I go, whatever happened to like Sarah's parents? She goes, oh, they got divorced, like
Oh,
almost
my.
immediately.
But maybe it was good.
But I was like, what the fuck?
Like
these
the
are
parents saw that.
the parents and the whole family walked
The
in,
kids?
and the kids walked into
Holy
a porno
shit.
of their mom fucking a lady.
Holy shit! That
Wait,
is
it was
crazy.
a woman too?
Yeah, it was the mom was fucking a lady.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the story.
Oh, it was
my
a woman?
God.
Yeah,
Well,
the mom
that's-
was fucking a lady.
well,
on
that's
the-
just-
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, that's
Then it's
sexy.
fine, right?
Yeah, that's sexy. Why didn't the guy
That's
stick
what you want to
around?
see. So
Wow.
there was like a couple of those. There was a couple stories like that where it was like
the mom and dad got divorced, and
whoa.
the kids also divorced their parents.
yeah.
That's like
That's like traumatic as fuck. Like you're getting
So
back
traumatic.
from fucking El Torito and you
Yeah.
come home and there's just like
Yeah, damn.
Yeah,
You're
it was
like
pretty,
that, I
it
had
was
to be
pretty
El
crazy.
Oh, funny little porn story, which I thought of earlier.
Sure.
About Brian had music playing that he didn't know where it was coming from and he couldn't shut it off. I was shooting a YouTube video with Leah Lamar, comedian. Punky Johnson was there. Some other comedians were there. And I just arrived. I opened up my laptop because I need to edit other stuff for my other internet shit. And porn just starts playing very loudly from my laptop. But, you know, it was funny. I was around people I knew.
Yeah.
But it
Sure.
was still, like, pretty embarrassing. But and I knew, like, one day this is going to happen to me where I open up my laptop, someone's looking at me, someone in the room is in the room with me,
And it's porn.
and it's going to be porn. And lo and
just
behold,
so-
it happened. It was a
Imagine
weird
it
porn.
was your mom with a woman.
It was
That's
my mom.
fucking. Oh.
But it was a weird porn. It was like a girl getting fucked on a speeding boat. On like a
What?
boat.
That's
what?
fine.
Like
that's
a
cool.
yacht porn?
I don't know. Sometimes you
Yeah.
just
What kind of boat?
Yacht porn.
Wow, that's the 1%
Gotta
right
love-
there.
That
dude.
really is.
Shit.
Yacht porn. Porn has to be relatable for me. Like if it's not relatable,
Well, my dad's a dentist,
tug
bro.
boat.
So life's been good.
wow.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah. It's so funny.
I don't know why I chose the yacht porn. I think the girl just was hot.
Yeah.
So like I ended the porn sesh.
Was she strapped
You
to
gotta
the
be
front
hot
of
to
the
be on
yacht?
a boat,
Yeah,
Okay.
you gotta be hot to be fucked on a boat.
right?
Yeah, there's no. There's,
like
there's
It
bucket
depends what
list
kind of boat it is.
that's right.
true.
If it's just
Rowboat.
a tin can,
kayak.
A dinghy. Yeah.
kayak, just some
little
fat
canoe.
lady getting fucked on a kayak.
Canoe cock.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
what I'm.
Are we talking about boat fucking?
Yeah.
Yeah, boat
Yeah.
fucking.
Have you done it
It's not what you think.
Yes, I have.
on a yacht?
Oh, I don't think you can hear me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we
hear
can
you.
hear
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
All right.
Have you
there you go.
you've had sex on a boat?
Yes.
Well, tell us about it if you want.
Consent is very important.
if you want.
Well, okay. When I was 19, I met a guy at a strip club.
Oh, right.
And he's like, oh, I
In
have a-
Colorado?
No, this is when I moved to LA and I was working by the airport. And
Oh, so you were working at a strip club? Like you were stripping at a strip club at the time?
Oh
or
yeah, you missed. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. I
I
missed
started out as a stripper when I was 18.
Oh, I
yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wet
that's
T-shirt
interesting.
A wet
contest.
T-shirt contest at the
contestant.
Peppermint
Colorado.
Lounge. Oh wow. Yeah, it was.
Amazing.
I'm not mad at the name at all.
No, it
Peppermint
was.
That's
a-
pretty good.
Sounds great.
It was a
I like
pretty
it.
cool sign on the outside.
That's awesome.
And I knew when
I'm
I
into
was
that.
12 years old, when the first time someone ever drove me past the Peppermint Lounge, and when they drove me past the Peppermint Lounge, and I'm not even making this up, a gaggle of motorcycles roared out of the Peppermint's lot, and on the back was one of the club's moneymakers, and I was like,
Moneymaker.
fuck yeah. When
Yeah.
I always knew our paths would cross.
And you
That's
took your
when
shirt
I-
off
when I was 12.
in the car.
That's great.
No,
That's
that's your weirdness. Okay.
So wait, let's talk about this
Terrifying. Terrifying.
boat sex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you had
boat sex. So I met a guy and he said, I have a boat. And I was all like, really? You have a boat?
Oh my
I was
God.
that chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he literally had some piece of shit boat. And then he took me out on the water. And then that was one of the first lessons as a woman, like, yeah, I shouldn't get on someone's boat that I don't really know.
Yeah, that is a mistake.
And then we had sex just so I could get back to shore.
Wow.
Yeah, there you go.
Polly?
Yeah.
Polly Shore?
No.
Yeah, that's a bad move. Getting stuck on a boat.
Because
Right?
you're stuck.
Because
Oh,
you're
yeah.
trapped.
You're
Yeah.
at sea with
You know
a
about-
stranger.
Do you know the story about the guy in Norway or Sweden?
Oh, in
This
like
guy?
yeah, that
The
he had a
submarine?
submarine and
Yeah.
some journalist woman came on and
Yeah.
he chopped her up and threw her in the water.
Who the
Yeah.
fuck has
Crazy
a
shit.
submarine?
Yeah, this guy was like, "Hey, you want to
I
come
don't
on
know,
my
but I
submarine?"
would
And
so fuck him if he had a
Yeah,
submarine.
same.
You'd be dead right now. How dare you?
this is here's a fun story you might like.
This is a true story. My cousin is married to this guy, and he goes, hey honey, I found a submarine, and I want to buy it, and it's $250,000.
No.
But he's a dive instructor, so he was like, they live out in like Malibu. So they're like, we should go buy this fucking submarine, and then I can give submarine tours off the dock, right? Like, how cool would that be, right? So she's like, oh, we can't afford $250,000. So he goes to my uncle, right? And he goes, hey, I want to borrow $250,000 to go buy a submarine. And my uncle goes like, no, that seems like a lot of money, but here you go, and gave him $250,000 so he could go buy the submarine, right? And he also had to buy a truck that can hold the submarine to like move it to and from the beach and the shore and stuff like this, right? So they spent around $300,000 to get this submarine. They get it out.
It's insane.
This is a true story.
Okay.
And the submarine is in Ohio. Okay, by the way. So they have to go get it from Ohio, and he has to drive it from Ohio.
Is there even water there?
You're with me on this. They get the submarine here, they put it in the water, and it sinks.
That is a great story.
Not in a good way, like not in the right way. It fills up with water.
It doesn't submerge.
It doesn't submerge. It doesn't do what it's supposed to do.
So he wouldn't even when he bought it, he didn't have them go take it to a lake or a pond to see if it would work.
Bathtub.
He didn't.
A puddle.
Because what he bought was not a submarine, it was a movie prop submarine.
Oh my God.
That he found on the internet. And that is a true story. And the submarine that does not work is sitting in East Los Angeles by a factory that my uncle owns that is literally disintegrating in the sun. It has just been sitting there for years. It is covered in dust and dirt.
I would be like, I need to get this out of my vision because it's bumming me out.
Yeah,
Looking
it
at
is
my failed submarine.
the saddest. There are photos of this submarine, and if you see it, you go, "That's not a fucking submarine." Like,
Oh my God.
It looks
It's a
like
toy.
It looks like a toy from Star Wars. It looks like a Star Wars toy.
Was he misinformed? Was it like illegal selling or whatever they call it? Like, did the dude tell him like this is a working submarine? You can put it in the water.
Yeah, like he was told it was a real submarine, and then he got it out here. And once he showed it to people, they were like, "That's not a submarine. We don't know what that's made of fiberglass."
That is kind of on your uncle that he gave him the money.
Yeah, he made some bad choices.
Can I have your uncle's contact information?
Yeah, I will give you his info. You're welcome to reach out.
Yeah, we got a submarine.
Anybody have another submarine they want to buy?
Yeah. Oh my God.
That's crazy. I remember when we were kids, in the back of comic books, they would have little ads for like submarines and you would be
X-ray
like,
specs.
Yeah, those kind of weird. And you'd be
like,
how would you buy a submarine in a back
Yeah.
of a comic book? You know?
They
Even
used to
as a 7-year-old.
sea monkey things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prayer
like
cloths.
You mail and then you get what the fuck's a prayer cloth?
You remember the prayer cloths hustle?
No, I never.
There was
got
like a
any
TV
prayer
evangelist who was selling these prayer cloths. Like it would come on at 2-3 a.m. Cloths. They were like little pieces of blue cloth or something. If Redman was here, you could pull it up. But they were these like prayer cloths. Yeah, and they would just hustle them at night.
Like
you know,
Sham
people.
Wow, but for
kind
prayer?
of. Yeah. And
Yeah, it would be like part of like they'd say like, "Oh, this was part of the gown of a nun."
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one wasn't even that. It was just like we prayed over these cloths. We're just gonna sell
shit happens for
prayer
us?
cloths, or they would do holy water, like little vials.
Oh,
of
sure.
holy water, but no submarines.
Oh yeah, you know where you can get a submarine, Hammacher Schlemmer.
Can you get one there?
Oh yeah, they
really?
they used to sell them and they still sell them, I believe. If you go to HammacherSchlemmer.com.
What's that?
It's a
Sounds made
it's
up.
like Hammacher Schlemmer's like. Do you remember the Sharper Image?
Yeah.
Or
It's
like
the high-end.
it's like the high-end version of that.
Okay.
Like that magazine, you go through it and you're like, who the fuck needs any of this?
It's just
But like
Elon Musk laughing, scrolling through the book.
100%. It's like the stuff
Holy
like
shit.
before you could buy a drone at like Brookstone or like Best Buy, like you could buy one in Hammacher Schlemmer like a few years ago. You know,
What
like
was it
before Hammacher Schlemmer. It's a
Sarah's favorite deli.
They got great pastrami at Hammacher Schlemmer. Delicious stuff. How was your set?
They're small but mighty. They're
Yeah.
very fun. Yes, they're very fun.
Did you try out new stuff? Anything new?
I did. I talked about that I think I might be pansexual.
Really?
What does
Yes.
pansexual mean exactly?
Well,
I'm
I
not sure
think
I'm well informed.
I think I might be pansexual because whenever a man owns any, I get excited. So I did that joke. That's so stupid.
Oh, that's funny.
My son said, I have an 18-year-old, and he's got I know it's such a stupid joke, but
That's
they
so
liked
silly.
it.
That's
My
funny.
18-year-old
I like
son
it.
told me that he is polyamorous, and I said, no, you're 18 and a horn dog.
That's
You know what I
hilarious.
Yeah, you just want to fuck
Jesus.
everything. That's
know.
that's not the same. I'm
I
pretty
know,
sure.
it's crazy. It's crazy. I
Is
actually
he really polyamorous?
he's 18 and
Yeah,
a horn
yeah,
dog.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah. He's in that phase.
And I said,
He
I'm going
wants to-
write a joke about that. And he's like, Mother, I don't appreciate you sharing my sexuality. And then I laughed.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Holy
I'm trying to
So
figure out
crazy.
how to talk about it on stage, but one of my friends, I've a bunch of people in my life have all been being like assholes at the same time. Like I love these people, but they've all been kind of being assholes. Like my one of my best friends and me went to Rite Aid, and I was buying something at the counter, and the guy behind the counter goes, "Oh, you're not trying to break 100, are you?" And my friend goes, "He's trying to break 300." And the guy behind the counter like emotionally shut down. Like he was just so sad, and I was like, "No, it's a good joke. It's okay. It's
Right.
fine." But he was upset. And then the other day, I bought a black polo shirt, and I wore it, and I was feeling like I don't never wear polo shirts. You know, like I'm like a fun guy. I don't know who wears polo shirts, but I was like, I'm gonna start wearing polo shirts because it's kind of. I'm almost 40. Like I can wear a polo shirt.
Yeah,
And
you've
so
earned it.
I've earned it now.
Yeah.
So I like wore a black polo shirt, and it looked pretty good. And I turned to my girlfriend. I go, "Dude, what do you think? Do I look good?" She goes, "You look like a cast member of Pawn Stars." That was like verbatim.
Wow,
I was like,
yeah.
"Fucking A, like
Yeah.
fuck you," and also thank you for a good joke. But how's things going with you, Sarah? I haven't seen you in quite a long
good.
time.
Things are good. I have this web series out right now with Kim Congdon called Stone Science, where we get stoned and we do science experiments.
Oh, I like that.
And it's really fun. And we have 12 episodes out. Yeah, we had some good guests. We had Doug Benson, Big J, Okerson. Yeah.
Jack Knight, Doug Benson.
Yeah.
That's
Ty
awesome.
Dune.
That's
Yeah,
great.
It was really
Where
fun.
do you guys shoot it? Where do you tape it?
We shot it. I have a location in Hollywood that we rented, but Speedweed
Cool.
sponsored it, and so
Oh, wow. Good for
yeah,
you.
it was really cool and really fun. And we shot it like last summer, and then
Wow.
we just released it on Gas Digital. You can watch all 12 episodes. You can binge them on Gas Digital, and then we also put some of them on YouTube too.
What's Gas Digital?
Gas Digital is a podcast platform that's
Ooh,
owned
cool.
by like Ralph Sutton and Louis J. Gomez, and it's cool. They have a bunch of different. It's like a subscription based podcast network in New York.
Wow.
Yeah, and they have like Legions of Skanks and
Oh, nice,
bunch of
nice.
different. Yeah, so we launched on their site. and
Cool, that's so
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, so it's really exciting. We're hoping
That's
to do a
awesome.
season 2. It's just like ridiculous doing science experiments
Yeah.
high.
Which one is
Yeah.
the one that perplexed you or worried you the most?
All
or-
of them worry me. Like
Yeah.
I'm not really like a hands-on like experiment type of person, but like Kim gets super into it. So normally I just get super stoned and just like let her like kind of take over. But then every once in a while I'll be like, no, bitch, you need to read the instructions. And that's kind of like my role in it. But
Yeah.
we did like the classic volcano. We did an ant farm with Doug Benson, which that one I think is my favorite. It's like ridiculous because we're trying to get ants in the farm, and like leading up to it, like we were supposed to, I guess, we procrastinated on ordering the ants because you can order the ant farm and it arrives like next day, but the ants take like 3 to 4 weeks to arrive or something crazy, like the amount of time. So I had to like go out into my yard and like try to get some ants.
Do the
And-
wild ants?
Wild ants. And it was like harder than you think. Like I had all types of food, and like I was freaking out because we were supposed to record the episode in like an hour and a half, and I was antless. And I was freaked the fuck out. And I was like, Kim,
Great.
I can't get any ants. She's just like, just fucking get them in there. Like, she's like, I just called an exterminator. They said that they can tell us some locations. Like, we were like freaked out.
You're like, go to Sky Bar on a Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. It was like
Hilarious.
it It was insane and like ridiculous, but I got the ants into a Tupperware, but then it said online to put them in the fridge to like slow them down a little bit. But then I think I just ended up like really slowing them down
You killed
because
them?
like when it came time to like do the episode, we had like a few ants, but like not as many as I had imagined that I got. And then it was just like ridiculous because it's like me and Kim and Doug Benson trying to get these ants in this farm, and it just was like it was
Holy shit.
But like some of the episodes were really like ridiculous and like super fun. We did like a potato clock and a volcano.
That's so fun.
That's rad.
You know that experiment where you grow crystals.
Yeah, we did that.
How did you do that?
Okay, it's like a chemical garden / magic rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that one's bullshit in my opinion. It's my least favorite. You just like put some chemicals in water, and the water has to be 70 degrees, and then they kind of crystallize. But to see them like fully develop, it takes a lot of time. So we did it, and you can kind of see like them begin to crystallize, but not fully.
Meth? What are you talking
No,
about?
we're just talking about. I was just talking about stone science and
yes.
the different experiments we did.
Are you still doing that podcast? I know you got the whole first season on Gas Network.
Yeah,
but-
we have the experiment series. We have like one episode right now on YouTube, and that one's with Doug Benson, and it's an ant farm. And then you can binge the entire season on Gas Digital.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And you also have your own new podcast
Yeah,
out
it's
too.
coming soon. It's called Shank. It's gonna be called
Shanks.
Yeah.
I was trying to do that crystal, growing your own crystal thing, and because I was trying to do an art project at home because I was bored, and so I bought it at at Blick Art Supply store.
Oh, you didn't want to say Dick Blick. I see.
Dick Blick, Dick Blick.
It is weird that it's called that.
It is weird.
Nickelodeon won't let you say Dick Blick.
Oh, they don't care about me anymore. Just an old fat fuck.
Everyone's fine.
I don't know about that. That was a slime joke.
Oh no, no, Red Band. That's good. So I got it, and then this girl was helping me. My girlfriend was painting her nails, and then her friend was like helping me with it. And then her friend goes, "Okay, open the little bag because there's like a little baggie with these little blue stones, the little blue stuff at the bottom, right?" And so I take it and I tried to open it with my teeth.
No.
And I rip it open. And then she goes, "Oh my God, you got it in your mouth." And I go, "What?" And I look in the mirror and I have blue stuff on my tongue and on my lips.
No.
And she goes, "That's really poisonous." And my girlfriend goes, "What the fuck are you? You're letting him touch the poisonous stuff?" And I'm like, I'm like, "Oh no!" And so I had to get like a scrub brush and like brush my tongue and my mouth off. And like we're just sitting around waiting for me to die of being poisoned by crystals.
Yeah, it's not even like crystals. It's like chunks of chemicals. That's why it crystallizes, and that's why it does it so fast. It's like fucking super toxic.
It's super toxic.
Wow.
You're not supposed to have it in your mouth.
And they're like
which
in the
is-
kids section.
It's the first thing I did
for
was get
ages
it in
like
my mouth
8 and
because I shouldn't be allowed
That's ridiculous.
to have.
I wish you could
anything.
talk about the other thing that you did to your lips.
To my lips.
Remember you told me your little secret. You probably can't talk about it.
Wait, are you talking about?
Secret? What kind of secret?
Your little dick hole.
Dick problem? Oh, dick hole problem. Oh yeah, no. Oh, this is a.
A dick hole problem.
Yeah, I have no problem talking about this now.
right.
I'm talking about it on stage.
Oh,
It's-
good, because
it's fine.
I
It's out
might
in
have
the
brought
open.
it up on the JRE, but didn't say who the comic was.
Did you really? You brought that up? Oh, dude, you gotta let me tell him that story.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I would in a
Well, so
heartbeat.
what happened with
I
your
got
dick hole?
I got strep throat from a sex toy.
What?
That is what happened.
Well,
I
you're
got.
not supposed to put them in your mouth.
It's so much. It's so much worse. It's
Oh, that's
so
not
much
what I
worse.
was talking about.
No, it's no, red band. No, red band. It is what you're talking
Oh,
about.
okay, I see.
Here's what happened is my girlfriend went out of town and she was going to be gone for a month or so. So knowing that she was going to be gone for a month, I decided to get in touch with the folks at Fleshlight and get a fleshlight sent to me. But instead of getting a fleshlight, I got this thing called the Auto Blow sent to me instead. The Auto Blow is a sex toy.
Sounds so
It's a sex toy it's a robot that sucks your dick. That's what it is. It's a robotic fleshlight. So you put it on, and then the inside of it jerks you off, basically. You get a blowjob from a robot. Okay. So I was very, very excited about this.
It's like the lounger at Sharper Image, but it's a...
Right,
you put it over your,
but you put it on your dick, and then it sucks your dick.
Okay.
It blows you. So then I put it. What happens is I put. I didn't quote unquote read the instructions, and I put too much lube into it. And then what happened was the Auto Blow too shot the lubricant into my penis, into my urethra, basically. So and it while trying to rip my dick off my body, basically. So I completely, totally injured my penis.
Did you realize at the time that it was being injured, that it was being injured?
Kind of. Like I kind of knew there was a problem. Like it didn't feel good, while it was happening. And it was too fast. It was happening too fast, and then it was over, and I was like, oh God, that was not a good feeling, right? And so then
did you come to fruition?
Come to fruition.
Once or maybe once or twice. But then I go to
wouldn't that push that back out?
Yeah, but it not well enough. There it is. That's what it is.
That
okay,
looks not
so
great.
imagine
that metal looks.
It looks like those counter things. What are they?
Yeah, why is there metal in there?
Yeah, no one needs metal. Oh yeah, that's what you want. You want that on your dick.
By the way, I don't think they make this anymore.
I don't. Pretty sure this has gone out of business at this point.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, very nice.
That's nice.
So then here's what happens is I go to the doctor and I go, so I fucked a robot, right? And now my dick hole hurts a lot. It hurts to pee. Everything hurts. And so they gave me antibiotics and steroids to like take everything back down.
Do you see how hard he is now down there?
Oh yeah. Now I'm a beast. Now it's enormous. No. So what happened was I take the stuff that they give me, and over the period of like 3 or 4 days, everything goes back to normal. Oh, no. Everything feels fine. Dick's back to working normally. Erections, all that stuff. Everything's back to being a normal penis again, right? Peeing, nothing hurts. Everything's fine. However, when you take steroids, it drops your immune system for the time while you're taking it. And so while I was taking it, I caught strep throat.
Oh, Jesus.
So I had to now
in your dick hole?
No, just in my throat. So now I have to go to a doctor and tell a doctor. There are 5 doctors in Los Angeles that know I fucked a robot. That is a fact. And at the end of this whole situation, there was a doctor, the urologist, said to me, maybe in the future you only fuck things that are alive. That's what I had a medical professional say to me.
And then you said, well, I need to get a new girlfriend then.
Right. But then she has to come home and be like, what happened while I was gone? And why did you look like
Why are you on steroids? You have strep throat and your dick is bleeding.
Yeah, what is going on? What the fuck happened to you? She was like, I was gone for 3 weeks. And you've fallen apart as a human being.
Yeah.
But now I'm fine.
Something I learned about strep throat recently from my nephew, my 6-year-old nephew at the time, I think, was that you can get strep throat in your butthole. I didn't know because he kept on going, I have strep throat and I have strep throat. And I'm like, you don't seem like you have strep throat. And he goes, it's in my bum. And I'm like, okay, you're a little kid. What are you talking about?
What? Is that true?
Yeah, I found out he got strep throat in his butthole.
Holy shit! How the fuck do you get strep throat in your asshole?
I don't know.
Also the priest has strep throat.
The priest, yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Father McIntyre is fucking coughing up a lung.
Wow. Maybe he got it from some kid and he scratched his butt though. That's they do. You know, kids are gross.
It was a good lesson though for me because I feel like you can have one thing if you're jerking off or you're into like you need to masturbate or shit like that. Like you're a lady, have a vibrator. You know, if you're a guy, you can have one thing. You can have porn. You can have something, but you
Uh-huh.
can't have like multiple things.
Yeah.
You can't have a machine that's you
Right.
shouldn't have a machine. You shouldn't trust a machine to suck your dick. Like something machines. It was like the porn version of the Terminator. Like it was just very.
Yeah, I'm not.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
I don't need any help coming though. You know, like I literally can be like, all right, my girlfriend's walking the dog. I got 3 minutes.
No,
all right.
this is where I have a problem is that like if I find out there's like a new thing, you know, like then I want to try this thing.
Oh, you're
you
a
know?
first responder. No, not first.
First responder.
First adopter.
I'm a first adopter.
Here, Steven's a first responder.
You remember when Fleshlight came out to your show? I did your show at the Improv, not the Improv, at the Comedy Store, and Fleshlight was there, like a bunch of the people from
Right.
Fleshlight, just a tube. There was just a tube sitting in the audience. But this lady came up to me after the show and was like, "Oh, I'll send you some as a gift, and you can talk about it on your podcast and all that kind of stuff." And I was like, "Oh, thanks so much." And she sent me 25 fleshlights.
Why are you only to use them once?
Well, that's how I used to. When I was sponsored by them, I would I would never wash them. I would just be like, throw it out the window while I was driving. Be like, I'll get another one. You know, like it was.
Jesus, that's worse pollution or whatever than the
Whatever.
pots. Than the
You know how many
coffee
homeless
pots.
people are like, "Thank you, I washed it out with fucking urine. It's great."
I remember you saying that you just had them all over your place.
Yeah, I found one the other day, and I don't think I ever used it, but I think over time, because my office gets really hot because I don't air condition in my office usually, and it had melted together, like it was just a blob.
Yeah, latex doesn't age well.
No, it doesn't age. And I was probably like 6 years old too. I mean, that porn star's dead from a heroin overdose now, so it probably feels like our vagina.
You know what's so sad about porn stars is somebody said this the other day about how porn stars, like people. Kate Quigley was talking to me about this. How people love the porn stars are well loved, and I was like, they're not.
Their butts well loved.
There are some that are well loved, but most of them are not well loved. And the reason that I know that they're not is because if you go right now to Pornhub, the advertisement that plays at the top of Pornhub for the entire website is August Ames, who killed herself like a couple months ago.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
That's who their posters still. It's still the poster.
That's crazy.
And it's like, that's not... If they loved that person, if the industry loved, they would just take that down.
They're still using her.
They're still using her.
Poor family's trying to like...
Oh, it's so fucked up.
God.
It's sad.
Well,
it's sad. I wish...
Way to bring it down, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you know...
Felicia, you got anything you want to promote? Let's...
Well, I want to promote Pervs being at the Anthology Film Archive June 6th, and then it's going to be on Amazon for everybody to watch, and I hope people do watch it because I spent a lot of time and effort on it. And also, I have a new podcast coming out June 4th called Liars Club with Jessica Wellington.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to listen
It's all
to that.
about lying.
Ooh.
Yeah, you should come on it. You guys can lie on it like a motherfucker.
I can't lie.
Shit.
I can't lie.
I like that.
Joelberg.
Yeah. We'll be in San Francisco tomorrow for Kill Tony at what, 5:30?
Whoa, are you serious?
Yeah.
It's 5:30 or 4:30.
Oh, wow.
I think I don't know actually. I should check. We're leaving real early.
Yeah. So we'll see you tomorrow in
Come
San
out.
Fran.
Yeah.
Hey, if you live in the Los Angeles area, come on out. Our show is May 26th at the Hollywood Improv. It is the nighttime show. It's the show that I host at the club. I'll give you a little rundown of who's on the show that night. We are doing a Starship Troopers reunion.
No
I
way.
love Starship Troopers.
Oh, wow.
Aside from having cast members like Casper Van Dien and a bunch of the other cast, Ed Neumeyer, who wrote RoboCop and wrote Starship Troopers, is going to be there on stage.
Wow.
He's going to do we're going to do a Q&A with the audience. It'll be very cute, very cool. And also Jai Rodriguez from Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, Emmy winner, great guy, is going to come out and give us all advice on how we can dress better and be better
is he from the
at
new
life.
Queer Eye?
The old Queer Eye.
Ah, the good
original.
one. The
good one.
The good one.
And then Milana Vanyatrub, the AT&T girl who rocketed to stardom and is now on This Is Us. She's kind of a big deal. We're having her on. And then we have a cast member from the Twilight Saga, which is and Harry Potter. He was in Harry Potter.
Wow.
We're going to interview him, Jamie Campbell Bower, who girls are shitting their pants over. And we're also for those of you that listen to Death Squad, but also loved the show Glee. We're having a reunion of a bunch of the cast on the show.
That's
that
great.
night.
You always have some of the best guests ever. That's the
fucking
power
bananas.
of Jewish power in Hollywood.
Very true.
Where is this show at?
That's at the Hollywood Improv,
Oh,
May
sounds
26th.
great.
It's
Sounds
in the main room. It'll be sold out. Last month it was sold out. We opened the show last month with Lisa Loeb.
Wow.
The singer
What
sang.
the fuck?
She sang "Stay" to open the show.
What?
Wow.
It's fucking crazy. And then we did a reunion of The Office, and we had Kate Flannery and Oscar Nunez on stage, and that was crazy.
Cool.
It's always fun. It's at the Hollywood Improv.
Yeah,
and it's
called the Nighttime Show.
Nighttime Show, and it's always packed. So get your tickets early.
Yeah, and if you listen to the Jason Ellis show this Tuesday, we're going to be giving away 5 sets of tickets on that show. And if you tune into KLOS 95.5, Heidi, Frosty, and Frank in the morning, and you're in LA,
yeah.
you can win tickets all week.
Tell
So-
Frank what's up.
I
You
will.
still sponsored by Fireball?
No Fireball.
Oh, never mind.
Now we're sponsored by Krispy Kreme donuts.
Oh my God! They got the new blueberry Krispy Kreme donut that came out today, guys. If you don't know about it, it's a limited time only.
I thought they had. That's the blueberry fritter.
Yeah, the new one. The new one.
Is it good?
It's so good.
Wait, blueberry?
Esther, you got anything you want to promote? We're wrapping it up. How was your set?
Oh my God, it was so much fun. What are you laughing at? I hate you.
No, that was an okay audience. It was a little weird. It's weird when it's like, I could tell the table in the front is like a son and his dad. Like
there was something goofy with that table.
I know, because every time
about the guy that had the turtleneck on.
Yeah.
The guy that was in the front row,
Yeah.
that was dead center,
Yeah.
that was kind of a fat guy.
Yeah.
I was like, sometimes we make bad decisions. We get bad haircuts. We have bad facial hair. We wear stupid shirts. I'm not talking about me. I'm literally talking about you. But it's okay. You're doing fine, buddy. Just change everything.
Were you in last for
I
hilarity?
know. I made fun of him too right away, and he hated me too.
Oh God, I didn't make fun of him. Glickman, were you in laughs for hilarity for charity?
Was I in what?
Did you go see that live hilarity for charity?
No.
I swear to God, I saw you in the audience, and never mind.
Hilarity for charity with Rogan?
Seth Rogen's, yeah.
No. Just because I sound like Seth Rogen. Just because I sound like him most of the time doesn't mean I am him.
Speaking of laughs, there was nothing like doing your set, and then like the loudest laugh was Esther Ku in the background. Everyone in the audience was like, "What the fuck was that?"
Sorry.
I actually photographed Esther about 7 years ago, and you were with your mom, and it's one of my favorite photographs. It's 2 photographs, and you're laughing your ass off, and your mom's looking at and then the next photograph is your mom laughing her ass off, and you looking at her, and I was like, that's where you got your laugh.
Did she have
from
the same
your
laugh?
mom,
Did she have the
right?
same laugh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty much.
That's right. I put that picture on my website
Oh,
a
you
long
did?
time ago.
Yeah, it
It's
was a
not up
long
there
time.
now,
It was like
but
7 years ago or
oh my
something
God,
like
I remember that.
Yeah.
You're such a good photographer.
Thank you.
She is.
Yes.
She really is.
Thank you.
You're
She
so
took one of
good.
my favorite photos of me before I was going up on a set here in the main room when they still had the payphone that was behind me.
Oh, and George Carlin was above your head.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
cool.
that's so cool. I'm going to be in Naples August 1st and 2nd at Off the Hook Comedy Club. Come on out.
Awesome.
By the way, I just wanted to add, I'm going to be in Vegas in June 18th June 24th through the 2nd.
Where at?
At the Laugh Factory in Las
Shit.
Vegas.
Doing that week thing there. Hey guys, thank you guys for listening. Also, if you are a Kill Tony fan, the new Kill Tony shirt #2 pre-order is up right now at shopsquad.tv. This Monday, I believe we have Bert Kreischer on.
Yep.
So that's a lot of fun. And if you want to watch past episodes of Kill Tony or any of the Death Squad, this is the longest running podcast on Death Squad Chronicles. We've been doing this for almost 7 years. If you want to look back, I mean, there's some funny shit. Tiffany has queefing in microphones and shit like that. There's some good stuff. So go to deathsquad.tv, guys. Thank you very much for listening. See you guys later.
say it's gibberish, some say it's silly shit, but some people pay a cover charge to listen to it. Some people take the path, train to Jersey for it. Ladies in the corners with their hand on your hip. I'll make you jump so high that the record will skip. I'll make you feel so good that the room starts to spin. My favorite kind of nut is a macadamia. I said,